share with people across Lincoln County. If we all give back and we try to make this a better county, we all live in a better county, and Mr. Sharp and Mrs. Sharp always are participating in things to improve the community. And Allen Creek has been going through a celebration to celebrate its 50th birthday. And Mr. Sharp, in honor of that, decided that what he would do would paint 50 fire hydrants. And he was able to get the approval from the Lincoln PSD. And he showed us a picture of him painting one of the fire hydrants. So if you drive through Allen Creek and you see fire hydrants that are freshly painted, that improves the look of the community, you can thank Mr. Sharp for that.
This year, we're celebrating the 100th centennial. That ends in December with the big dinner. Now, David Means is the president of 2010 to 2011, and he wanted to start the 50 thing. Well, I go in as president in June, so I'll go to 2011 to 2012. Well, when my time comes up, I'm going to continue on with that 50 through the end of next year, the end of 2011. I have to figure out something to do, but anyway, that's the Lions Club goal is to do 50 good deeds for the community. And whatever it is, you know, somebody might deliver flowers to your house, they might just, you know, bring candy or whatever, but it's something nice for anybody and everybody in the community, which I think that's a good thing.
Good spirit.
She's already gotten 50 smoke alarms from the U.S. Forestry Service. And we've been giving those out to people in the area. We've even got a few people from the church that said that they would be responsible for going out and putting them up. So we're doing that too.
So, stories like that's what make us all proud to be Lincoln County.
We're trying to make it a better place to live.
You are doing, not just trying, you are doing. The deeds are there.
Anyone else? Commission concern?
Excuse me, I'd just like to voice my concerns of something from the last meeting. It's got to do with the bariatric chambers. My concern is if that's going to be a home-based product, and is it considered an alternative medical treatment? Is it considered a medical treatment? What would be the liability if the county commission supports that? Because it's a huge chamber. It would have to be able to go through people's doorways. Well, who's going to be responsible if it breaks down? Where's the cost going to come? Who's going to be tracking where the device is? There's the oxygen issue being a fire hazard. There's several questions, and my understanding that it was asked of the commission that funding comes from the Parks and Recreation Center. I may be wrong, but that was my understanding. And if the parks, is that something that the Parks and Recreation?
I think they were just going to be the financial agents. They wanted us to come with the money, but run through Parks and Rec.
But is that really a Parks and Recreation thing? I mean, when we have, you know, community centers and parks and things in our community that would fall under the bylaws of the Parks and Recreation Center. But I am in the medical field, and that is concerning to me about liability and dangers if somebody's child would get hurt in
Well,
that.
I know that there's a lot of issues.
So-
We haven't taken any action yet. And our concern is, you know, you got, as I see it, you got over here is your heart and soul feeling for these kids and families. And over here you got what are the proper ways to deal with this
Right.
issue, and what we have planned to do. I have spoken with one person already, and at our next meeting we're inviting the person from Autistic Center in Huntington to come and share with us, you know, his views and concerns and how we might be able to help in this. So we really haven't decided how to do that, but we're looking into it anyway.
Well, I spoke with the Autism Society, and they were not aware of it at all. And then there's a state
The one
chapter
here,
of autism.
I spoke to somebody here in Lincoln County that
So,
works for the state autism, and she and I
Right.
spoke.
but was she aware of it?
She was when I talked to her, but just because somebody had brought to her attention, I think. But But I told her we were, before I presented something to the rest of the commissioners, I would try to gather more information. One of those issues was try to get the state society, trying to say everything, the guy's name, Judy has it, I gave
State
it to
Office
her.
of Society, yeah.
To contact him, see if he would come and share his ideas with the commission and the community before we decide what to do or how to do.
Right.
There may be some way we can help, and I hope there is.
Well, I think you probably need to contact the state medical board also.
Yes.
To see if they have any concerns about that.
Correct, because I'm not quite sure if it's considered alternative or truly medical. But if it's truly medical, I mean, we have 3 medical facilities in this county, and, they could oversee it if it's true. I mean, I'm all for helping any child with any problem, any disability, but as long as,
I guess the question I have is, why hasn't some of the medical people stepped forward already and tried to help these people? I didn't hear anybody say that the other day. And
Well-
I just don't understand that, or don't guess. Why would they be so concerned now than they weren't before? We still got the same people out there. I couldn't ever figure
well,
it out.
because it's considered a different type of treatment. I've been to seminars on it, and it's not covered a lot by insurance purposes.
Well, I assumed it was a moneymaker or somebody jumped on it, is what I was getting at.
Right, right. And, I mean, you'll have to address that probably with the state.
Well, one of the things too is that you need documentation from what's been done before, whether, where this is a valid treatment or not. And I think, it's not my area of expertise, but I think that if we look and see that there's a lot of medical evidence that this helps, then you go from there.
Sure.
But first, you gotta make sure that this is not, one of the treatments that, well, you wanna make sure it benefits people.
Absolutely.
And if it does, then we can go from there, I think, but I don't know that the literature may support it, but I'm not aware of it, so.
Well, this,
anyway, I
at the
think
last
that's-
meeting, what it was, they presented is 2 doctors, I guess, man and wife, got a child out of Beckley, and they are sold on, but that's all we know at this juncture.
There's all kinds of treatments for autism, and there's different thought processes, and, it's just, my concerns for the county would be the liability and, fire hazard, and the responsibility of, somebody keeping track of it and checking the machine to make sure it's working properly and all that.
Like I said, that's half of it. The other half is the kids and their concerns, as far as I'm concerned.
And at the last meeting, the doctors from Beckley were offering, they were not here, but they offered the services to come to the county and
Training,
be here
parents.
once a month.
So,
Anyway, more information to come. Anything else? Anything from the commission? Hearing none. Motion to adjourn until October the 7th,
So moved.
6 o'clock.